Football season is almost here. Or for some of y'all, it's actually already here. But a big question I get in the comments and in my DMs is people asking what they should wear for their football trip. Now, me being me, I was like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and make a video about it. So get your pencils and paper out because we got Drip 101, where I'm gonna be going through pretty much everything from head to toe. Oh, and for Dripper Skip, y'all been showing mad love to that series. We're not gonna get through everyone by the time the season starts. So what I'm gonna do is every week there's gonna be a new places in the Discord. Yeah, so basically you're gonna submit the pictures. Every week there's gonna be a new Dripper Skip that drops. And yeah, we're gonna go from there. So the link for the Discord is gonna be in the description. Be on the lookout because we're probably gonna do the first channel, open that up for submissions probably this weekend. So yeah, get your pictures ready, get your flicks ready, and yeah, we're gonna see who has drip. First up, we got the helmet. Now, before we get started with that though, I need y'all to settle a debate in the comments because people on TikTok, they were calling the speed a bucket. Me personally, I think the speed is better than the speed flex, the axiom, and any of the vice assists. So y'all let me know in the comments. I think the speed actually one of the better helmets in terms of looks out there. And nowadays, all the helmets have the same padding. So yeah, I think the speed is actually better than a lot of the helmets. Not to mention it's lighter than them too. But the big thing when it comes to your helmet is having something that's comfortable, right? So if you're in something and your head is just feels like it's being squeezed, there's, you know, loose and sliding around, it's just not going to be ideal. You're not going to be able to function on the field. And that's the big thing, right, about your drip. It all needs to be functional. So make sure you have a helmet that fits. Make sure you have a helmet that's comfortable. Now, in terms of the drip with your helmet, the big thing is you need to have proper helmet tilt. Where I see a lot of guys go wrong, and what actually lacrosse, what they got right is you can't have third bar syndrome, right? So I learned this term a few years back. Third bar syndrome is essentially when you're kind of looking at those middle bars in your helmet. Yeah, no, nasty work, gonna get you a skip every time. When you're adjusting your helmet, when you're first like putting it on and everything, what you want to do is you want to put it on and kind of tilt it to exactly where you want it to like fit, and then get the chin strap tightened up. Now the speed flexes, axioms, the helmet tilt on those is definitely a little bit worse than the tilt on like the F7 and the XP. But like I said before, it's all about how you have it fitted when you're getting it adjusted. But just know, like, helmet tilt, that's probably gonna make or break helmet drip in general. Then after the helmet tilt, the thing that's important is making sure, you know, a lot of guys wear like skull caps, headbands, whatever it might be, making sure that it's not too far down, because sometimes when it like gets by your eyebrows, it starts looking like, you know, your helmet's a little higher up. And like I said before, if the helmet tilt looks off, the whole look's gonna just be off. So yeah, make sure whatever your headband you're rocking, whatever skull cap you're rocking, if you got the Dewey on, just make sure that it's not too low. It's kind of, you know, right above the eyebrows. And then the only other thing that can kind of mess the drip up is if you have one of the single bar face masks. So like y'all know the one like Tom Brady used to wear where it's just a one bar at the top. You got that on, it's just gonna be pretty much impossible to have drip with your helmet. Yeah, so if you get one of those face masks, talk to your coach about swapping it out, buy your own, whatever you got to do, just make sure you don't got that because you will not have any drip. And then for accessories, you don't got to go too crazy. You know, a visor is cool, mouth guard is cool, eye black, eye paint, eye tape, that's cool too. Some of y'all love wearing the shiesty when it's hot out, probably terrible for your acne and everything, but you know, it's another look too. But yeah, so accessories, just kind of be chill with it, do whatever you want. It's not gonna make the drip, it's also probably not gonna break the drip. Next up, we got the torso and arms. So the big thing with especially your arms is you want to think simple is better, right? So just because you throw a bunch of accessories on does not mean you have drip. On top of that, you also don't want to be mixing and matching a bunch of styles. So you don't want to have like a bunch of armbands on this arm and arm sleeve. I've seen guys with armbands with turf tape underneath, like just doing entirely too much. Like I said before, simple is better. Really just pick like one style and kind of rock that. So the Jamal Adams armband look, that's probably always going to be a thing, especially for defensive backs. You know, that's a good one to rock. Double arm sleeves if you're kind of one of those longer arm, taller corners or safeties. You got the single arm sleeve, that's always going to be fire. Turf tape on both arms, that's going to be cool. Long sleeves, the fire look. Low key, even if you just want to like tape your wrists up, that's fine too. Like this, like I said, simple is better. Oh yeah, for my people with tats, just know your tats are an accessory too, right? Me personally, when I was playing, did not have anything on my left arm ever. Wanted everyone to see their tats, no matter what the temperature was, no matter how hot or cold it was. Like, yo, these tats, they are part of the drip. And in terms of colors, if you're struggling with what colors to wear, my advice would be if you have white in your uniform, you can always wear white accessories. If you have black in your uniform, you can always wear black accessories. If you don't have white or black and just have a color, well then that color, that's probably what you want to stick with for the accessories. So overall, drip, it's different for everyone, it's personal, so do whatever works best for you, whatever you think looks the best on you, whatever feels like it's the best. Just remember what I said, don't do too much. As for the jersey, I know some of y'all have to have your jersey tucked in. If that's the case, make sure it's not like hotel sheets where it's like all tightly tucked in, you know, kind of pull it out a little bit, make it a little loose, have like maybe a little bit of the jersey fold over the pant. If you can have your jersey untucked, yo, shirt underneath the shirt hanging out, always gonna be fire. Crop top, if you can rock that, always gonna be fire. Low key, for you linemen, like, just know all the stuff I'm talking about applies. But yeah, no, linemen, y'all got like the belly, you got that hanging out there. That's an underrated look that you know, only certain dudes could pull off. Moving on, we got the legs. Now this is probably the part of the drip that I get the most comments and DMs about, and I'll explain why in a second. So when I was in college, I remember at first the NCAA, they tried saying like, yo, pants gotta be below the knees. They kind of got off that real quick. Like, that lasted for maybe half a season. So ever since then, my pants would be above my knees every time I played. A lot of you guys want to do that same thing, but high school football, you know, a little stricter with the rules, so you guys aren't able to do that, right? Some of you have been asking for a workaround around it. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. There is none. It's one of those things you just gotta kind of deal with. One way to mitigate it a little bit is to maybe wear a pair of tights. It makes it look not as noticeable. But yeah, no, for the most part, if your refs and coaches don't allow it, shit, they don't allow it, no way around it. The next thing to realize when talking about leg drip is just know that two people, especially when it comes to your legs, can rock the same thing, but it's not always gonna look the same. Now, some taller people, right, if they rock ankle socks, it's gonna look better. People with shorter legs, that it's gonna make them look a little stumpier, right? I never had the longest of legs. Ankle socks for me, especially in a football uniform, wasn't ever really something that like looked good on me, so I never did it. Just keep that in mind, right, when you're thinking about what you're gonna wear for game day. But if you do have the stumpier legs, one thing you can do is rock the quarter socks. Now, it's still gonna give you that like low profile look, but it's not gonna kind of make your legs look as stumpy, if that makes sense. So just try different things out, you know. Hey, try it, put it on, whatever looks good in the mirror, shit, go with that. Likewise, scrunch socks, they're also not gonna look as good on people with shorter legs. Like, scrunch socks are one of those things that looks a lot better on longer legs. Like I said, it just kind of is what it is. You know, try stuff on, try different combinations, see what works, see what doesn't work. Whatever you like, whatever feels the best and doesn't hold you back, go with that. Oh, and for the love of God, linemen, can you guys please stop wearing the leg bands on your calves? Like, I swear to God, it looks like you're gonna lose all circulation in your leg like by the second quarter. Like, I don't know, the shit don't look comfortable at all. Maybe it's just me. Then another look that's super underrated, a lot of guys don't go with, is that more professional look where you have the white sock underneath, like kind of a either longer sock, a darker color sock, a pair of tights. That's always been a fire look. It's always gonna be a fire look, especially when you have a darker pair of cleats. Like, it is one of those things that, you know, it can really kind of set your drip apart. Talking about cleats, just know that whatever cleats you have, they're the cleats you have. If you don't have a ton of bread, just be dropping bread on different pairs of cleats. Don't OD, don't max. I would say black cleats are more versatile, especially when you throw white laces in them. Like, black cleats, white laces, fire. Like, absolutely a fire look. It's gonna be a little more versatile too, right? You buy white cleats, not gonna be as easy to pair with things. Like I say, if you got white cleats, always wear white socks, right? Like, can't wear any other color. But yeah, like I said, with cleats, do whatever within your means. If you can afford black, white cleats, color cleats, light cleats, do that. If not, black is definitely more versatile. Throw the white laces in them, gonna look fire. But that's gonna do it. Like I said, Dripper Skip's gonna be dropping. Remember, we got the Dripper Skip store. That's gonna be in the description too. Like, share, comment, subscribe, keep running it up. Yo, let's see if we get like, you know, 2K subs by the next weekend, by the time like football season like really starts. But yeah, man, y'all been showing mad love to the channel. Keep doing that. Catch y'all next time. Peace.